Hello, everyone. This is Zooc, and today I'm going to be talking to you about weight loss. I've officially been on my diet for a week now, so I can give somewhat of a more detailed opinion on what's been going on and go into greater detail as to what it is that I'm doing and how to go about it, because this is going to be sort of a how-to. I know a lot about losing weight. Like, I used to weigh over 400 pounds a few years ago, and then I went on a diet, and I lost 60, what is 60 kilos? 60 kilos is around 150 pounds in less than a year. So it didn't take that long. But I didn't quite go about it the best way that I could have for my body. Initially, I starved myself, like consciously starved myself. All I was eating for an entire day was maybe 2 cans of tuna. And for the rest of the day, I drank milk and lots of caffeine, and that's about it. So I was feeding off a high protein, low fat, and low carb diet. But I wasn't eating enough to sustain my body. Also, I didn't have a lot of muscle mass, and what little muscle mass I had probably went down the drain with that diet. But what it did do is make me lose a lot of weight, like 20 or 30 kilos. Also, what I did for a few months was every morning I took like a half-hour power walk. That really helped. It really built up some endurance, at least. Like, it was a form of cardio, so it wasn't too bad. And then I decided I had to go to the gym because I wanted to accelerate the loss. So I started going to the gym, and of course I couldn't sustain my workouts with the amount of food I was eating, so I started eating more, and just to have the energy to do it. Like, when I first started in 2008, I think it was, or yeah, like beginning of 2009, so exactly 3 years ago. I couldn't lift more than 50 kilos, like bench press. I was weak as fuck, and that's what the initial diet did to me. It consumed so much of my muscle mass that I was a weak ass motherfucker. But eventually I started developing muscle mass, and I got to the point where I could bench 130 kilos, 135, which is quite a lot for a year of, working out. Like, my trainer back then told me, like, it's going to take 2 years for you to get from 50 to 100. Like, really? Just watch me, motherfucker. It only took a year to get 100 to 135 bench press. And not to mention, like, I went crazy with it. Like, I seriously took it very, very seriously. Went to the gym religiously 4 times a week. Benched, like, ripped through those machines like nothing. Maxed out every single machine in the gym. I was pretty strong. I was very well built. And all my muscles developed. And at the same time, I lost another probably more than 30 kilos of fat, because muscle is heavier than fat. So I was at a pretty good stage. I was at 110, 115 kilos, which is like under 300 pounds. And that for me isn't a lot, because I'm 6 feet tall, and everything about me is big. Like, I'm a big guy. I'm a massive guy. Like, I could never be as thin as some of my friends. Just can't happen. My head, like, my actual head is bigger than their head. Like, I can't be 80 kilos. I probably can, but it wouldn't be very good for me. So my ideal weight right now is 100 kilos. At 100 kilos, I look good. I know that for a fact. So I took a year's break from the gym because I traveled and I went places and had fun and ate a lot. And I gained another 40 kilos of fat. At the same time, I took it slow. I started slacking with the gym because I was happy. And when you're happy, your goals kind of get a bit blurry. So I stopped working out as much, and eventually I just got bored of it and stopped altogether. My muscle mass deflated. My fat mass inflated. So I was almost back at square one. Not quite, though. Right now I weigh around 350 pounds. It's a lot. I know it's a lot. But because I have some muscle mass left over from the time that I went to the gym, I can still jiggle my pecs, sort of. I couldn't do that before, like, at all. You couldn't see anything, like nothing was moving. But at least now I have something left. It doesn't show as much as it used to. Like, if I was in high school and I weighed this much, I was just as tall in high school. If I was in high school and weighed this much, I would have like these cheeks like swole all around my head, like full of fat. But you can't see that. You know, I look okay for the weight I'm at. Nobody would guess that I weigh 350 pounds. But I do. Still, that's a lot, and I need to lose that. So I've followed just about every single diet that there is out there, like cabbage soup diet, low carb, low everything, reduced calories, this and that, fruit diets. What's the other one? Like where you eat just one food group a day. Like one day you eat meat, one day you eat cheese, one day you eat. That's so bullshit. You don't need to. Nobody ever needs to do that. This diet that I'm on right now is a form of Atkins diet, but not sort of. Yeah, not quite. But it actually is. It's a ketogenic diet or a ketogenic diet, and what it basically involves is you eating fats, animal fats. Meat, eggs, cheese, basically the best stuff, but no carbs whatsoever, except like maybe 30 grams a day or 20 to 30 grams a day is the recommended dosage. And you can get 20 to 30 grams from salads, from vegetables like radishes, cucumbers, which are mostly water, a little bit of onion. Onion actually has a lot of carbs for its weight. It has sugars in it. That's really about it. There are other vegetables that are low in carbs, like asparagus, broccoli, cabbage, cauliflower, but I don't particularly like those. You know, I just eat lettuce. Lettuce is really good. It has very low carbs. I think it has 2 grams for 100, 2 grams of carbs for 100 grams of lettuce. So that's a very good ratio. 2% is really good. Generally, I only eat vegetables with around 2 or 3% carbs. And for the rest of the meal, I eat eggs. I eat like 3 to 6 eggs a day. Meat, chicken breast, beef, lamb, anything, any meat you want, basically. Any fatty meat you want. You fry that shit up. Make it like a stir fry with meat, like omelets with ham and cheese. No problem whatsoever. I do count my calories. Basically, when the Atkins diet was created in like 1970-something, there was a lot of controversy around it because it contradicted the so-called medical reports and science journals that were published regarding diet. The American diet, this happened in America, of course. The American diet consisted of, like I've heard before, like 2-part carbs, 3-part or 1-part protein or 1. That's fucking bullshit. That's the most retarded thing I've ever heard. And I can't even remember the amount of times that I went to doctors, because I did. My entire childhood was plagued by being fat. My mom took me to so many nutritionists that had that fucking food pyramid on their walls. And it showed like, I'm actually going to show you the picture because that's, I guess, a better way of explaining. So it had the fucking carbs at the bottom, like you have to eat bread, cereal, rice, and pasta. And then veggies and fruits because they're important. And only at the top do you have meat, dairy products. And at the very top, there's fats, oils, and sweets. I don't get why the fuck they would ever put fats and sweets along with oils. Like, sweets are carbs. Sweets are exactly the same thing as bread, cereal, rice, and pasta. Everything is carbs. Fats, they can be animal fats, which are definitely not in the same category as like artificial oils and shit that's extracted and that's used for frying nowadays. Trans fats, I think they're referring to. It makes no sense. And the fact of the matter is, a nutritionist is just like any other person. Like, he goes through school, he follows some manuals, he learns from a resource that is given to him in med school. And if the resource is wrong, then he's not going to sit there and think like, dispute everything he learns. He's going to learn following a certain guideline. And then he's going to profess what he learned to people coming in and wanting advice for what to eat. So what's he going to say? He's going to say, my entire career is bullshit, so don't listen to what I say. No, of course he's going to tell you, yeah, eat this and this and this and this. Some did their own research and are a bit more enlightened, but the big majority of them are not. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Not because they're dumb, not because they're lazy, even though that's could partially be the reason, but because they were misinformed. And misinformation is one of the best tools that, for example, the government has. Misinformation. There are so many documentaries out there about it, and the way that people's diets were created and what is recommended by nutritionists and the government and everyone out there. For example, this food pyramid was created by the US government. Now, how much bullshit has the US government done so far? Agricultural conglomerates are like the biggest economical powers, among the biggest economical powers in the USA. There are like 4 or 5 brands that control everything you eat in supermarkets. Everything from cereal to rice, pasta, bread, anything that is remotely tied to agriculture, and other stuff as well, of course, animal products and all that. But agriculture is the main thing. So are they gonna, like, cereal is like the most sold thing in the USA. Every mom out there gives her kid on every morning a bowl of cereal with milk, because there's like big colorful fonts on the box that says it has high fiber and high this and that and vitamins and minerals and all this bullshit. That is pure sugar. That's gonna fucking spike your insulin and not do much else except give you energy. But energy you can get from fat. 1 gram of fat has 9 calories. Calories are energy. 1 gram of carbohydrates has 4 calories. So you need to eat 2.25 grams of carbs for each gram of fat you eat. And you don't get much out of it, except you have to eat 2.25 times as more than that. I think it's 2.20. Let's see, 4.8, and then there's 1 left. And what is it? 2.5. I suck at math. More than 2 grams of carbs for each gram of fat. And that's it. All that high vitamin, mineral bullshit. Meat has that. Protein, like, all meats have that. Have some form of vitamin and mineral and everything. And what you're not getting, you can just take a supplement. Take a pill. Vitamins, vitamin surplus, if you actually think you need it. Like, people aren't aware that they need vitamins. Nobody's like, fuck man, I'm so missing out on the vitamin A. It is said that it's good for you, but it doesn't mean that every person out there is getting it if he eats carbs. Definitely not. So, this diet, again, diet based around eating meat, fat, preferably natural fat, like animal fat, very little carb. And what this does is because it's a ketogenic diet, it brings you into a state that is called ketosis. And ketosis is a state where, because your body is not getting carbohydrates, which are the easiest form of energy to synthesize or to break down for the human body, it has to use fat as energy. And because it uses fat as energy, it's a more complex process, so it consumes more energy in return. Therefore, once it goes through the fat that you've already eaten, because the fat you eat in one day is not enough to sustain 16 hours of activity, or even 16 hours of sitting down. Resting metabolism consumes more than what you eat on a daily basis. Most of the time, if you don't eat like fucking 6,000 calories like I've seen some people do. But if you eat like 3,000-4,000, for a healthy adult male, that's generally enough to not enough. Sometimes it's not enough. Like my friend, for example, he's skinny as fuck. He can eat like, I don't know, 7,000 a day and still be hungry before he goes to bed. So some people are like that, but most aren't. Once it goes through the fat that you've already eaten, since protein isn't really very good on energy, it goes to the fat that you're already not secreting, but the fat that you dispose of on your body. So you burn fat sitting down. Now, the Atkins diet claimed that you can eat as many calories as you want, anything you want, as much as you want, because this diet is amazing. Now, there have been a lot of research and studies done on this diet because it was very controversial and people wanted to disprove it because it went against the American way of dieting, which is revolves around carbs. And it's like, if you want to lose weight, you have to eat this many calories and don't eat this and don't eat that and don't eat cheese and don't eat, basically eliminating like turning you into a fucking rabbit. Like, eat veggies and don't eat meat because it's bad for you and this and that. No, this fucking lies. It's all lies. it has been scientifically proven that protein makes you full. Protein gives you a sense of satisfaction. So even if the Atkins diet says that you can eat as much as you want, you won't eat as much as you want. You will, but you won't. Right now, after 1 week of dieting, I'm not going over 2,000 calories. Like on a normal day, eating what I like to eat, getting free reign on the fridge, I can eat about 4,000 to 5,000 calories easy. No problem whatsoever. And still be hungry. Because I'm a big guy, like I weigh 350 pounds. I consume a lot of energy sitting here right now talking. But because protein makes you full, and because you eat so much protein, you don't need that much. I go through 1,600 calories a day. So right now, I'm at like 1,400 so far, and I've done 8 hours of work. Like for the past 8 hours, I just came home from work right now. I've been sitting up, running around, sweating my ass off. 8 hours of doing that. I sat down for a total of maybe 20 minutes in these 8 hours. Do you know how hard that is for a 150 kilo guy to do that? It's crazy stressful. You consume so much fucking, like I was sweating like a fucking pig. And still, I'm just barely now getting hungry after 1,400 calories. So I'm going to go downstairs, make myself like a couple of eggs and some bacon, and call it a night with that. And I'm going to be at under 2,000. I'm going to be at maybe 1,900. That's it. That's the diet. It's fan-fucking-tastic. You're not hungry. You eat all the good stuff. You eat eggs and bacon as much as you want. But you won't eat a lot because it has a lot of protein. So you'll only eat maybe like 2 servings or 3. At most, I can't imagine. I can't eat 3 servings of 2 eggs with bacon because it gets nauseating after a certain time. So it's an extremely good diet. And people are like, yeah, but you need carbs for fiber and you need blah, blah, blah. I eat a salad. Get some lettuce, get some cucumbers, get some radishes, grate them up, mix them up, make like a sauce with mayo, mustard, and then a vinaigrette. Mix that up. It's delicious. Grate some cheese on top, slice some ham and throw it in there, and you got like a chopped salad. That's under 1,000 calories, and you can eat from it twice in one day. If people want recipes, like I can post them somewhere for how I eat because it really works. Really, what the fuck? Crazy power outages. So yeah, that's the ketogenic diet. So it brings your body to consume fat instead of carbs, and in turn makes you lose fat. Now, there are different types of ketogenic diets. There's the standard ketogenic diet for people that don't have time to work out. There's a targeted ketogenic diet, whose characteristics I can't really remember right now. And then there's the cyclic ketogenic diet, which is the one I'm on. The cyclic ketogenic diet is aimed at people that work out, that have some sort of physical activity. Because when you eat carbs, the carbs get broken down into glycogen that gets stored in the muscle and used as an energy storage, basically energy backup. So when you work out, you deplete your glycogen from the muscles. So the cyclic ketogenic diet recommends you work out 3 times a week. Work out like chest and biceps and stuff, whatever you want, on Monday, back, triceps, and the rest of the stuff on Tuesday, and then on Friday, you do a full body workout, like depleting every single resource you have. Just really intense full body. And then on Saturday, and this is the best part about it, you get to eat carbs all day long. It's like a carb pig out. But preferably not sugars, not stuff like that. Stuff that's good, like potatoes, bread, rice, you can eat as much as you want of that. It's recommended that you eat like 800 or 900 grams a day of just carbs. And of course you have the protein, which you can accompany carbs. But the catch is you have to not eat a lot of fat at all. Like keep it under 100 grams of fat or something like that, or maybe even 50 grams of fat that one day. So you can make sandwiches with, salami or ham or low-fat meats, or just make bread sandwiches, sandwich bread between bread and eat that. It doesn't matter. Eat as much as you want. Because it shocks the body into because you got your body used to using fat, now you take the fat away, so the body's going to be desperate for energy. It's going to look for an energy resource. And then you slam it in the face with so many carbs that it's going to use them all up to reestablish its glycogen storage. So therefore, you can eat all these carbs and they won't go to your hips, they'll go to your muscles. This also helps the side effect of the ketogenic diet, which is loss of muscle mass, because it does have that. You will lose muscle mass. It's inevitable. It depends how much fat you have on your body, of course. I have a lot of fat. Some people don't. And then on Sunday, some people use 2 days to pig out on carbs. I'm going to use 1 day. On Sunday, you do a light workout, maybe like, a walk in the park. Literally a walk in the park. Or running around the block a few times. I'm gonna do something else. I'm gonna talk about it in a second. And then you go back to the diet. You slowly ease into the ketosis again. Like you cut down on the carbs, almost to nothing, and then you eat a lot of meat, and the body's gonna return to its previous state of using fat as an energy. But at the same time, you got all the muscle energy you need for 1 entire week of working out. And that's it. That is it. So far, it's been a week where I've eaten a total of about like 100, maybe 120 grams of carbs for 7 days. It's recommended that you eat like 200 a day or 300 a day by American dieters. I don't need that shit. I've been eating fat like a motherfucker and protein like meat, eggs, bacon. My pants are looser now. I've lost all the water weight. My ankles aren't swollen anymore because previously, when I wasn't on a diet, after 8 hours of sitting on my feet, my ankles got swollen. And that's also a thing that's common in fat people. Because we retain a lot of water, ankles get swollen, limbs hurt generally. You just get bloated up and it's nasty. My ankles are like a fucking ballerinas right now. I ran around like a fucking headless chicken today in the restaurant. I had the energy of a freight train at maximum speed. No problem. Not missing carbs one bit. Now there are gonna come some people that are gonna say like, but your liver, but you're this and that, but you're If you have liver disease, it's not recommended that you follow this diet. But if you're a healthy individual with a healthy liver, then go fucking crazy. Seriously. Cholesterol, that's been proven. Cholesterol is not necessarily affected by fat. That's what Americans get told on a daily basis. Like, take this medicine to lower your cholesterol. Never take that shit. What is it called? Statins? Never take that. That's fucking garbage. It's poison. People that were on Atkins diet, countless studies have been done and trials and whatever. People that were on Atkins diet had lower cholesterol at the end of the diet than people that were on the low-calorie standard diet, calorie-restrictive diet. There you go. Look it up. This information is freely available to everyone out there. Of course, don't use fucking Wikipedia and any dipshit 2-bit site that you find. Like, really search for interesting, good resources, good quality resources. Hell, search for documentaries that are on YouTube and stuff, and BBC documentaries. Those are always a good resource. Yeah, the internet is full of this. This is freely available to anyone that's remotely curious about it. Now, when it comes to working out, I'm sure that maybe girls won't be in the same situation, but girls, I mean, they don't need muscle mass anyway much. Girls can do cardio. Guys that don't want to... I personally like having muscles, like not ripped, because this is a misconception that people have. Like, oh, I don't want to be like a Hulk. You know how much it takes or how long it takes to develop a musculature so large that you look like the Hulk? 7 years, most of the time. 7 years of religiously going to the gym, taking supplements like a madman, and eventually easing into steroids. So, take my word for it. I've done 3 years of working out, almost, or 2 years. You won't gain that much muscle. You'll gain, and you'll be strong, and you'll feel really good, and your pecs will be swollen up, and you'll be able to jiggle them up and down, but you won't look like the Hulk. That won't happen unless you take roids. When you take roids, that's when shit hits the fan, and you swell up like mad. But at the same time, you develop a lot of issues, depending on the individual, like... your testicles shrink depending on what types of steroid you use, because there are a lot of types of it. Injectable. There's also pill form. Some people get skin problems. Some people just don't feel good, like they get pains. I wouldn't recommend taking it. Or if you do want to take it, at some point, at least do a lot of research or ask someone that's knowledgeable about it. Because the best resource you can have is people that are taking steroids. Steroids are not as evil as you think, by the way. They don't kill you. They don't... This is, again, misinformation. People using the power of media to their advantage. Steroids aren't that harmful as you might think. Now, what I bought recently is a kettlebell, and this is, I'm going to show you a picture of it. This is the kettlebell. I had one of these when I was in the US. This is in case you don't want to go to the gym. I do want to go to the gym, but for the rest of the days that when I'm not going, I'm going to use this for like a half an hour workout. This is the best home workout you can get without investing like $5,000 into a home gym. This is absolutely fucking amazing. Develops endurance. It's also cardio. It's not pure strength building or muscle building. And it makes your upper body, it's crazy good. Just look up some kettlebell exercises on YouTube and you'll know what I mean. This is fucking mad shit. It's I think it was invented by the Russians or something and they use it. Basically, it's a, what's it called? Another crazy term that I can't remember. Not keto, what is it? Kinetic workout. Yeah. So you swing it around and you throw it around. It's really fun, you know. It's not sitting around like sitting on a fucking medicinal bike and cycling for half an hour because I hate that. I've had like 3 fucking medicinal bikes so far. They're the most boring thing in this world. I love biking and I could bike for 5 hours if I had the choice. But biking while standing still is just the most boring shit. I can't stand it. But this, however, like you do it's a circuit. The workout comes in a circuit form. You do 7 minutes of different exercises, and at the end, if anyone out there can say like, this shit is bullshit, then you're clearly not doing it right because you're gonna be lying on the floor dead after 7 minutes of doing kettlebell exercises with a proper weight, of course. The one I bought is 20 kilos heavy or like 45 pounds heavy. The one I was using in the US was the exact same weight, so I know that I can handle it. 20 kilos is pretty good. It was difficult at start, but once I got used to it, I swung it around and threw it around, and it fucking rips you out. Like, it's crazy intense, which is the good part about it. Like, you can't work out, as a beginner, you can't work out for more than 5 minutes straight with it. Maybe 3. And you'll be on the floor, gasping for air, yelling for mommy to save you and call an ambulance. So, it's good. And, yeah, I guess this should be it, really. I mean, 1 week later, I'm fine. I'm not pissing. People have told me such stupid shit like you're gonna, your piss is gonna turn brown. You're gonna have diarrhea. You're gonna shit all over the place. You're gonna do this. Your skin's gonna turn this color. I'm fine. My skin is fine. I'm not breaking out. Meat doesn't make you break out. My liver is fine. I'm not pissing blood. I'm not pissing brown. Everything is fine. I'm getting enough fiber from my salad, my daily salad. 1 or 200 grams of salad is more than enough to make you shit properly. Everything is cool. My pants are looser. I have the energy of 3 horses. I'm fine. That's it. All I can do at this point is recommend that you take this diet, because even if you're a person that doesn't work out and you don't care about muscle mass and everything, you're still going to lose the weight. Granted, this was water weight, and I'm going to keep going and see how it progresses once I start working out and do the Cyclic diet with the carb loadout on Saturday and see where it goes. So I'm going to try and make one of these so-called vlogs every week and let you guys know how it's going. But so far, it's working out in my favor. And because I'm not a person that loves sweets that much, like I don't crave chocolate, I don't crave that shit. I don't eat cornflakes, I don't like that. Cornflakes are fucking poison anyway. This works out for me because I like eggs, I like meat, I like dairy products. I'm a big fan of cheese. I love cheese. Yogurt, not as good because it has a lot of carbs. But like feta cheese has very little carbs. Cheddar cheese, all the fatty cheeses that you're used to, you can make like insane amount of delicious omelets and salads with it and no problem whatsoever. Just grill a steak, grilled chicken, fried chicken with sauce, like mayo. You can eat as much as you want of that. Who wouldn't want that? And lose weight at the same time. It's fucking great. So yeah, this was it so far. I guess I'll see you at the end of week 2, after I went to the gym, and tell you how the whole shebang goes. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.